Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm Tim, and today I am continuing my playthrough of Silent War 2.0 with the IJN expansion, scenario number 3, or campaign number 3, Turning the Tide. I'm so used to saying scenario after doing all those buttons and bugs videos. This is a campaign. All right, so we're starting on week 1 of February 1944. So we've got some housekeeping stuff to take care of this month. First of all, since it's an even numbered month, it was time to redo the war mix. So I just took care of that right before I started recording here. And I realized as I was doing that, I mentioned either last episode or the previous episode to that, that there's a new war mix table available now with a few changes on it. And one of the changes I forgot about and didn't mention is that for the 13,000 ton carriers, there are now 2 of them. There's always been 2 counters, but there's only ever been 1 of them in the war mix at a time. But Brian decided to make use of that second counter, and so in war periods 1, 2, and 3, they're both used. So I had to add, this one wasn't in Cup C originally during war period 3. So I got that added and then redid the mix of of everything else. So we got a new mix of all the merchants, and redid the 2,000 ton destroyers, the 1,000 ton, and the 1,000 tons, because some of them have different flags on the back. And what else? I mean, a lot of them are one-offs, so they stay the same, obviously. And the diligent escorts and the no solution markers. So we got a new mixture of those in all the cups. So we'll see what kind of things that brings. All right, next, I guess we're ready to get started. I already took care at the end of the last episode of pulling the ships off of the turn track that were coming back from repair, the IJN ships. And I believe I checked, and there are none that are leaving this month. Well, there was one. That's right. The AX Leon Maru, and I believe I checked, and that one's already been sunk because we didn't find it in the bowl. And I believe I went back and checked my spreadsheet and confirmed that is indeed been sunk already, so we don't have to worry about that. So I think we're ready to get started here. So let me get the camera down, and we will start with our war event phase. We do not have a war event this week. Torpedo improvement, we probably won't be doing for the rest of the scenario, because we got it to +1 last time. And I believe our next check is where was it? It's on the back of this one. Our next check to go to +2, or our first check to go to +2, is at 1,040 ships. So let me just check here. To progress to war period 4, yeah, I mean, it's a chance. I mean, 770 is the first, assuming we get to at least 3,700 tons by then, kilotons, then that'll be our first opportunity we have to advance to war period 4. So it's probably unlikely that it'll go that long, hopefully, before we're able to advance and end the scenario. But you never know, I guess. Looks like it's theoretically possible to get to +2 in War Period 3, so we'll have to wait and see what happens. Anyway, we're not doing it this week. So, intelligence and weather event phase. Let's get our ultra roll is a 7. Find the chart here. 7 is going to be the Bonins and South China Sea 2. So Bonins, yeah, we might have an opportunity to do something there. And then, what was the other one? South China Sea 2. All right. Then for weather, we have no weather rolls in the months of February and March. So we'll be skipping that for the next 2 months. And that will take us to our Triple R segment. So let's see what we got coming on for reinforcements this month. Consult the master submarine reinforcement list for February 44. And I probably should have pulled these out already. I'll pause the video here in a sec while I go fish them out. But we've got the Burrfish, the Pacuda, the Rock, and the Sand Lance coming out this month. And we've got, what does it look like, 7 that are returning. The Growler, the Grayling. Grayling, is that the one with our super skipper? Oh, that's the Greenling. Okay, good. Don't want to have to pull him back already. I thought we just got him back. Yeah, we did just in December. So it's the Grayling this time. So the Growler, the Grayling, the Hoe, the Lapon, the Mingo, the Trout, and the Tunny. And I know quite a few of those I think have been sunk already. So I'll have to find out which ones of those are actually still out here. So let me go find those submarines and see which ones need to come back. And I'll be right back. All right, I got those 4 subs pulled out here. They'll be coming into Pearl Harbor. And for some reason I was thinking these were subs that are being withdrawn. It's subs that are returning. So they're actually over here in the West Coast box. And the Grayling is the only one of that group that hasn't been sunk. So we're only getting back 1 of the 7 subs we should have been getting back this month. And they will also be going to Pearl Harbor. So let's put that over there with those other 4. And they go into the room box. So hopefully at least one of those will get ready for sea this week, and we can send out another wolf pack. All right, so then we're on to the ready submarine, ready submarine phase. So there are no subs returning this month, so we don't have to track them down. All right, so let's go over here to our tenders. We've got a few here that were ship side. They go ready for sea. And we've got 1 pier side at Dutch Harbor. And everyone else will be rolling for. So we'll start here. Yeah, we're really full up here. We had all those subs come back from the from that war event last week. Whoops. So let's see if we can get a bunch of these back out. So the Ray needs a 5 or less. Got it. The Darter needs a 5 or less. Got it. The Muskellunge needs a 5 or less. Got it. The Seal needs a 5 or less. Got it. The sailfish needs a 4 or less. Got it. On a roll here, literally. The pompano needs a 4 or less. Nope. Just jinxed myself. And the snapper needs a 4 or less. No. Alright. We got all our gatos and balaus out at least. Alright, the steelhead needs a 5 or less. Got it. And the robalo needs a 5 or less. Nope. We're all failing with 7s. The hake needs a 5 or less. Ooh, there's a 9. The whale needs a 5 or less. Got it. The sea dragon, 4 or less. Yes. The redfin, 5 or less. Yes. And the haddock, 5 or less. Yes. Wow, that was an excellent percentage there of ones that got ready. All right, let's go next to our stack here at Pearl Harbor. So first up, we've got the grayling needing a 5 or less. Yes. Set them up there. The pacuda, 5 or less. Nope. The burrfish, 5 or less. Yes. The rock, 5 or less. Yes. The sand lance, 5 or less. Yes. The capelin, 5 or less. Yes. I hope we can roll like this on our 2-hit rolls. And the apagon, 5 or less. No. Alright, we've got a good number of those out. So we'll definitely be able to put together a wolf pack. We just got the one here at Brisbane. It's the porpoise. We need a 4 or less. Got it. And then looks like 4 of them here at Dutch Harbor. The S41, 3 or less. Nope. The S42, 4 or less. Yes. The S32, 3 or less. Yes. And the S31, 3 or less. No. 50-50 that time. Still better than statistics. What statistics would have dictated. Okay, that's it for readying. So repairs, and they're all at Pearl Harbor. We have all these. Looks like 4 or 5 of them. 4 of them. In repair box 1, needing an 8 or less. So the billfish. Yes. The runner. Yes. The batfish. Yes. And the rattan. Yes. Thought that was a 9 for a second. All right, so they all make it out. The who is this? The fin back is in repair box 2. They need a 6 or less. Ooh, just made it. And the tarpon needs a 4 or less. Ooh, yes, nice. Everybody progressed in their repairs this week. That will take us to the prep for operations phase. So we'll get all these moved up. That is everybody. So we are on to the operations segment. Let's see who we can get back where. So these two are both coming back to Brisbane after their expeditionate truck last week. So they'll just come in and go to the broom box there. Let's see, we're probably going to have to get some of this cleared out from the Bushnell before anybody can come back here, because they are currently 5, 6, 7. Yep, they're full up right now. So I think we will send let me see what we want to do here. We're going to pull them back. I think we'll have the Tang and the Angler head up into the Yellow Sea. That'll free up a couple spaces there that we could send some of them to. We've also got, what is it, 6 coming out of the Fulton. Wow, so we're probably going to want to get them. We'll get some of them into the Empire Pacific, it looks like. And maybe we'll send them to the Empire Pacific and East China Sea. We'll have the Bushnell guys just go around in here, I think. We've got 2 here that we want to get back. Well, we got 3 here that we want to get back to the Bushnell. So let's see where we want to send these guys. Unfortunately, it looks like the Gudgeon's the only one going to be able to take advantage of that ultra area. So I might as well send a few of them there. We can send 1 up here without causing any issue. Yeah, why don't we do that? Let's send, we'll just kind of ping pong them back and forth here in the South China Sea 1 area. So we'll send 1 out, bring 1 back, send another 1 out, bring another 1 back. So let's see who we'll want to send up there. We've got 3 Gatos, a new S2, and a new S1. So we'll send the 3 Gatos up that way. We're just going to set them here for now. They're not actually there yet, but so we'll send the Muskellunge up into the South China Sea 1 area. None of these are going to have to do transit event checks because they're all transit side and there's only 1 red box everywhere. So they'll come up here, flip to patrol side, then we can bring back, let's bring back the one we know can make it in. The S44. So we'll come back, go to the broom box, and we'll send the darter up there, flip to patrol side, bring back the Cisco, and we'll roll for their damage to see if they're allowed to stay. Has to be superficial. Nope. So they will have to move on, probably back to Fremantle next turn. Then we'll send the Ray up there, flip them to patrol side, and bring back the Skipjack. Let's see what their damage situation is. Also not able to park there. All right, so we've still got 2 coming out of the the Bushnell, sorry, not the muskellunge. The sailfish and the seal. So I think we will send them. Let's see, the ones coming out of the Fulton, we've only got 2 coming out of the Sperry. Doesn't look like we want to send anybody else up to the Sea of Japan because they've got 4 there already. So I'm just trying to think. We probably want those 2 to go to the Empire Pacific. So we may want to leave some room here for ones coming out of the Fulton. So I'm thinking we just send these guys over to here. I think that'll be good. All right, that takes care of the Bushnell. Let's see, the Sperry has room for more. I don't think we have anyone that can get in there at the moment. Well, maybe the, I guess these guys could, potentially. But first, let's clear these out of the way. The ones that tried to get in there last week and weren't able to. That's going to be the Blackfish. They'll come back to Pearl. Roll for damage. It's going to be light damage. So repair box 1. And then we've also got the Haddo coming back in. And they've also got light damage. Alright. These markers back. Next, let's bring these ones back into Dutch Harbor. We got 2 coming back, it looks like. The S33 and the S35. They will both have to make damage rolls, and anything but superficial they'll go into repair box 1. So repair box 1 for them, and repair box 1 for them. So they both go to repair box 1. And now I think we bring the Swordfish back to the North Pacific to try to get into the Sperry. No transit event check needed. Let's see what their damage is. It is light, so they have to move on. Okay. Got those two coming out. I think we'll go ahead and send these two that are at the Sperry out to the Empire Pacific. Since nobody's there currently, it's not going to affect anything. I don't think anybody's going to be moving into there. So they will come down through the bone-ins to here. Neither of them need to do transit event checks. And I'll use that big pile at the Fulton. Let's see, actually, so these, we got two here. They could either head back to the Fulton or to the Bushnell. There's room in the Bushnell as well. I think I'd rather have them do that, because we're going to have a bunch coming out of Pearl Harbor that'll be stacking up probably in the Marshalls in the North Pacific. So we got plenty of room at the Bushnell now. There's only 3 there currently. So we'll send both of these down there. So the Gunnel will come down this way. No transit event checks along that route. Let's see if they can get in. They do. Superficial. And then we'll have the Silver Sides skip search and contact, voluntarily RTB back to South Philippine Sea. Check their damage. Also superficial. Perfect. And I think that's everyone that's coming back. We've still got that pile at the Fulton that needs to come out. We can do that at the end. We got all these at Pearl Harbor coming out. One coming out of Brisbane. A few up there in Dutch Harbor. We can go ahead and knock out our patrols now, I think. So let's go ahead and start over here with our ultra area in the South China Sea 2 with the Gudgeon. So they're going to get a +1 to their search and contact. 3 and 5. Is that enough? Oh, just missed it. Just missed it. All right, for their endurance check, make sure we're on the right row. Remember, we're on torpedo level 1 now. They are a B rating, and they didn't find any contacts, so they're going to need a 7 or less. Got it. All right, I think next we're going to have the Archer Fish patrol move up to the East China Sea. So they'll do a transit event check, safe, search and contact, 4-4. There, we found something. Sparse, small convoy. So it's going to be 2 and 1. All right, I was hoping for all red balls here, but I guess we'll deal with it. We'll start off standard attack posture, I think, for the first round. So we got to flip them all no matter what. Oh, good. That ended up being a light cruiser. And again, I'm not doing it, but I should be replacing these immediately as I reveal them. In this case, it doesn't really matter. And we got the Fuyo. Wow, only 5 defense on that one. And light cruiser. The Yahagi, new one that just came in last month. All right. First attack of February 44. -1, -2, +2. Well, maybe we should consider trying to take this destroyer out so we don't have any ASW to worry about. Let's see. If we go after this one, it'll be 1 + 1 is 2. -1 is back to 1. We're an 8 thanks to our +1 torpedo value now. So that would be a 7 for the merchant. And if we want to go after the destroyer, then we can ignore his ASW value. So 5 - 2 is 3, which would be a 5. I think that's worth trying. So we need a 5 or less. Oh, just missed it. Would have got the merchant. All right, now they know we're here. So half rounds up to 1. We've got 1. Get our current area marker out here so we remember where we're at. East China Sea. 1 red box, and then 3 for the war period makes 5. We're in shallow water, so we can only subtract 4 for our defense. Puts them on the 1 to 2 row. 0 is nothing. All right. I think I'm going to go ahead and switch to aggressive. And we'll stay in column A. Hopefully it doesn't bite me. All right. Oops, -2 + 3. Well, we're not going after the destroyer this time. And 0. Let's see if we could possibly finagle a split shot here. Excuse me. So we've got 1 + 1 again makes 2. This time this is -4 because it's a reattack and we're aggressive. So that makes them a -2. We're an 8, so that would be a 10 or less for the 2 hit number. Actually an 11 or less to hit. Looks like we're definitely in split shot territory here. This one's going to be 4 + 1 + 1 is 6. That's a -2, so they're back to a 4. We're in 8, so their 2-hit number is a 4. But we can afford to split some off of here since we're way over what we need. Let's say we went, I don't know, let's say 5-2. What would that do? So if we send 5 over here, it actually increases to 6. So we'd be sending 2 less. So that's going to bring the 2-hit number down to a 2. And then we're sending 2 here, which bumps up to a 3, which means we're sending 5 less, which takes us down to a 5. So I think we actually go 6-1. Which then should just make this a 3 and this a 4. Right, because 6 becomes 7, -4 is 3, and then 1 becomes 2, plus -2 is 4. So yeah, that's right. Alrighty, and then with our die roll modifiers, we'll actually hit this on a 5. We'll hit that on a 4. So we've got 50% or better on each of them, so I like that. Let's try the cruiser first. So we need a 4 or less. Wouldn't have hit either one. And then the merchant needs a 5 or less. There we go. Should have done them the other way. Would have got the cruiser instead. 3 for the damage result gets bumped up to a 4. So for our little 2,000 tonner, that's definitely enough. And it would have been enough for the cruiser as well. Oh well. So our first kill of the week is by the February 44. The archerfish gets a 2,000 ton merchant. So 1 ship and 2,000 tons. This goes back to cup A. And we have to roll for the counterattack. It's still going to be the 1 to 2 row, but this time they get a +2 modifier. And another 0. Nice. All right. For endurance check, A rating is normally a 7, but we went aggressive, so we're going to need a 6 or less. Got it. All right, for the 2 that are there, I think we were talking about sending them up into the Yellow Sea so we could make some room for stuff coming out of the Bushnell and the Fulton to get up into the East China Sea. So why don't we go ahead and take care of the kingfish first, because they're already there. So we'll do a search and contact. 2-9. Oh, it is good enough. Nice. So that's going to be a sparse task force. 1, 1, 2, and 3. All right, a couple of no solutions here. Too close from C, and zigged away in column D, which is where we're going to go. Let's hopefully don't get burned by these 2 red balls here. Don't want to see a diligent escort. I think just to play it a little bit safe here, I think we'll go cautious for the first round. So no matter what, we got to flip all three of these. So let's see what we got. A destroyer, and an armed merchant. Wow. That's going to be, and again, I should be replacing these as I reveal them. It's going to be hard to get out of the habit of flipping everything first. The Kasumi and the Urakazi. They're going to have a whopping 5 ASW there. This could be rough. +3 there, +1, come on, 0. Don't think we're gonna have a shot here. Oh yes we are. It's gonna be right on. Boy. So yeah, 3 + 5 is 8, and then 0 from the TDC, and we're 8. So we can hit it, but only on a 0. Kind of hoping it'd be an impossible shot there, to be honest. Nope. So 5 + 1 plus another 3 makes 9. We're in shallow water, so we can only subtract 3 from that. 5 to 6 row with a -1. Oh, good. 1 on 5 to 6 is nothing. And we are not sticking around, folks. We're out of here. So the Kingfish is an A rating, 7 or less. All right, we'll move the Tang in. They get a +1 to their transit events for entering the Yellow Sea. So an 8 or a 9 is what we don't want to see. And we got an 8. That's going to be fine. 1 and 4. Yep. No event. So search and contact. 3-2 will be a sparse small convoy. So 2 and 1. All right. Column A, standard attack posture. Combat event. 7. I think that's a bad one. Counterattack combat. So we will do everything up through 14.15, which I believe is designating our targets and placing TDC markers, but then they will do their counterattack first, and then we can attack. All right, so, oh, I did it again. We got the Hatsushimo. Remembering that the TS there is its own consonant sound. So it's not hot Tsushimo, it's Hatsushimo. All right. TDCs. And they will get their counterattack first. I wonder if that, I mean, thematically, that should render the rule for targeting an escort invalid, I would think, right? Since they attacked us first, they know we're there. But I'm not sure it actually specifies that. But it doesn't look like we're going to go after them anyway. So yeah, they will attack first. So they've got 2 plus 1 plus 3 makes 6. Again, we're in shallow water, so we only subtract 4. 1 to 2 row with no modifiers. And 3 is nothing. All right. So yeah, let's see if we can get this merchant down and then just skedaddle. There, a 2 plus another 2 is 4. 1 for being over a column makes 5. Minus 1 for the TDC is 4. We're in 8, so we need a 4 less. Nope. Well, I think we give it another shot. Let's slide over here. Let's switch to cautious though. And try again. Well, poo. That's going to make them, that's a 0 now, so they're going to be a 4 still. So we need a 4 less again. Oh, it almost tipped over to the 0. Did you see that? All right. Another counterattack on the 1 to 2 row. Again, with no modifiers because they cancel each other. Ooh, an 8 this time, though. We're going to definitely be at least spotted, I think. Yep. All right, so they spotted us. We will do our endurance check, which for A rating is going to be 7 or less. Got it. And then we'll roll to see if we lose our spotted marker. And we do. Needed a 6 or less for that. So I'll go back. Try again next week. And then the angler will move in. Again, transit event with a +1. Safe. And search and contact. 3-8. Gonna be another task force. Another sparse one. 1-1-2-3. All right, let's see if we can find something big this time over here in column D. We're gonna start off cautious. So we're gonna flip 3. We'll just try these 3 for starters. Ooh, a battleship. And a light cruiser, okay. And again, Old habits are hard to break. Let's get our battleship and see if it's something we can actually find here. I have a feeling anything other than Congo class, probably not. Maybe Yamato class. I don't remember if Yellow Sea was an option for this year or not. It is the Fuso, which is 35,000 tons. So that one cannot be found here, unfortunately. They get, let me see, that falls under the regular IJN doctrine rules, which is in here. And for that one, there it is, the first paragraph there. Any battleships other than 32T or 68T are placed back in the cup, reveal another counter in their place. So in this case, we do have to reveal another one. I guess we'll try this one. We'll use our radar to unflip it. And there we go. All right, so let's do our light cruiser now. It is the Kashima. Little tiny one, 3,000 tons. And then our full cruiser, we've only got 2 of those left, remember. So it's either the Tone or the, well, they did have only 1 left. Actually, they just got the Tone back, I think, this month. So now there's 2. So we'll roll for it. Even, it's the Tone. Odd, it's the Suzuya. It is the Suzuya, which is the bigger of the 2. All right, let's see if we can't make something happen here. Oh, and the other thing, which I should have done, is once this was revealed, I should have replaced it before we unflipped it. So we'll at least know what it is, which could affect our decision on whether to stay around for a reattack or not. So let's see what we found there. Ooh, Yukikaze, don't like that. So that replaces, and then we unflip with the radar. Which, and again, we need to remember then that it was an IJN flag, because that could affect the reattack round, what needs to be flipped. It won't in this situation, but it could. All right, so now we do our TDCs. -1 on him, +1. Come on, give me some good ones. There we go. Excuse me. So 4 minus 2 makes him a 2. We are 8, so we need a 6 or less. Hey, look at that. And a 2 becomes a 3. Just enough to sink them. Thank you, +1 torpedo value. Angler. It's the CL. I forgot the name already. Kashima. 3,000 tons. And I restacked the pile of shame. Let's hope it stays up now. Another ship. 3,000 tons. 1, 2, 3. Slide this up. And no counterattack. Now, we want to reattack with that monster destroyer lurking about. I say yes, but we stay cautious. We'll flip him back over. And get some TDC markers. Well, that's not great. I think this one's out of the question. Here we've got 2 plus 3 is 5. This becomes a 0. So we're an 8. We need a 3 or less. May not have been worth the risk. Huh, missed it by 1. Make sure we did our math right. 2 plus 3 is 5. 0 for the TDC because we're cautious and it's a reattack round. 7 plus 1 for our torpedo value. Wait a minute. Oh yeah, 5. And then, yep, 8 minus 5 is 3. Ooh, well, we might pay for it. 3 plus 1 plus 3 is 7. We subtract 3 because we're in shallow water. So they're in the 3 to 4 row with no modifier because they cancel each other. I think they're going to spot us at least. That's all they do, thankfully. All right. Endurance check, A rating, so 7 or less. Made it. And do we lose our spotted marker? We do. All right. I think next, let's see what our super skipper can do for us up here in the Sea of Japan. Search and contact. 5 and 6 is going to be a moderate, large convoy. So moderate large is 2311. All right, we're going to set up here in column B, and I need to remember that my super skipper lets me do an additional reattack round. I always seem to forget that, in addition to boosting my offense and defense. All right, we're going to start off at standard posture, I think, and just flip these 4 red balls over. Okay. Hey, look at that. I remembered. Replace first. Then flip the next one. We've got the Kyokuto Maru. Okay, that one stays. Oh, combat event. 8. Ooh. It might be, oh no. I was hoping it was the combat one. It's the counterattack only one. That stinks. So we don't get to make an attack this round. And then our last one is another combat event. So that just gets discarded without effect. And nothing is revealed in its place. Okay, I was just confirming in the rules there that we do not reveal another one in the place of another combat event being revealed, and we do not. And while I was looking, we mentioned before about the counterattack combat events and how that interacts with the targeting and escort rule, and I was incorrect. It does address that. If the counterattack or the counterattack combat event has occurred, then you cannot utilize the targeting and escort rule. So that was thought of. All right, so counterattack, there is none. So, but we can't do combat. So now we proceed to the re-attack round. I'm thinking we slide over to here. And we remain cautious. And go ahead and flip these two over. Oh, nice. A merchant with an IJN back. I didn't know that was a thing. It's a nice size one, too. And, ooh, an aircraft. At least it's only a 1/2. All right. Not too shabby. All right, give us some good solutions here. That one's good. That one's good too. And that one's okay. Well, I have a feeling this is going to be our choice, because that's only 2,000 tons more, so this will be an easier shot by a smidge. Actually, maybe it won't. He's going to get a +1. This doesn't get modified. That one does. Let's see what they work out to be. They might actually be the same. This is 3 plus a half rounded up is 4. Minus 2 for the TDC is 2. We are a 9. +1 from the torpedo value and +1 from Grider. So that's going to be a 7 for the 2 hit. And here we've got 3 plus a half rounded up is 4. +1 for being over a column is 5. This is still just a -3. So that gets knocked down to a 2. And we're a 9, so yeah, it's the same shot. So actually, we might as well go for the higher tonnage then. Since we went cautious, unfortunately, a split shot is not really viable here, I don't think. So let's see if we can do this with 7 or less. We need a pretty decent damage result. 0.05, that should do it. 5 becomes 6. Where did my chart go? Oh, it's got all the way on the bottom somehow. Yeah, so we're at, what, 10,000 tons. We're on the third row here. 5 becomes 6. Yep, we got it. So the greenling gets the AO. I don't remember how to spell this. Kyokuto Maru. Kyokuto. 10,000 tons. Very nice. They will get added to the pile of shame. And one ship, 10,000 tons. There is a counterattack. So 1/2 plus 2 red boxes in the Sea of Japan, plus another 3 makes 6. We're not in shallow water, so we subtract our full defense of 4 plus 1 because of Grider, so 5. So they're only going to be on the 1 to 2 row with a, let's see, it's plus 1 for reattack, but minus 1 for cautious. Oh, not that stinking 9. I hate it when they roll a 9 on the 1 to 2 row because it damages me. Little 1/2 ASW. Well, I was gonna take another crack here with the additional reattack round that the Super Skipper provides, but now I'm a little afraid to. I mean, what's the odds they're going to roll another 9 though? Pretty low. I mean, 1 in 10, but we don't want to slide over because then we'll have to reveal that, which will more than likely add more ASW. Yeah, let's do it. Just because I want to take advantage of it while I can. We're going to stay cautious, though. And I assume it's just, yeah, it's just plus 1 if a reattack round. It's not plus 1 per reattack round. So even though we're doing a second reattack round, it's still only a plus 1, not a plus 2 for their counterattack. And it's still just a minus 1 to the TDC markers. That would be nice if you could do for your second reattack if you got minus 2 on your TDCs. All right, so that's a minus 1, that's a plus 2. Oh, why'd I put 1 over there? They don't get 1. Yeah, not what I was hoping for. We wanted to get another crack at that one. All right, so 2 plus 1 plus 1. Excuse me, is 4. That TDC is a minus 2, so that makes him a 2. We're still a 9. So 7 or less. Let's do it. Really? A 9-0? The worst possible roll you can get for an attack. Oh boy. Well, they're on the 1 to 2 row again, and again it's no modifiers. Oh no, they get a plus 1 now because we are damaged. Yakaroos. All right. So no 8 or 9 this time. Seriously? 9 becomes a 10, which is damaged. So we have a second damage marker, which means we have to roll. And if I lose Grider here, that's going to really stink. I don't remember what you got to do for that second damage marker. I know you got to roll against something. I think it's your defense, maybe. What's the odds I'll roll another 9? 1 in 10. Where is that? All right, hang on while I find this. Okay, I found it. Should a submarine receive a second damage marker or die is rolled, if it's greater than the defense rating of the submarine, it is sunk. And it doesn't say Super Skipper gets to help with that, so looks like we're just relying on our 4 defense of our Gato class submarine to withstand that second damage marker. All right, we need a 4 or less. Another 9. Wow. So, Greenling is sunk. And we lose our one and only Super Skipper that we have left. That is quite disappointing. All right, that puts our subs lost up to 71. Totally unacceptable. All right. That's going to be the Albacore's turn next. Eight. High density task force. 1224. Okay, we got a zigged away there in column D. Not quite sure how to approach this one. I think we're gonna go column B and go cautious. 3,000-ton merchant, a 1,000-ton merchant, and a 2,000-ton merchant. Okay, that'll work. Go ahead and put our 4th one here on this one in our column. Hopefully we won't need it. Hey, there we go. Very nice. All negatives. Alrighty. Let's see what we got. If we go for the one in our column, then we're looking at 1 minus 2 is -1. We're an 8, so that would be a 9 for the 2 hit. Guaranteed. Over here we've got 2 plus 1 minus 2 is a 1. So 8 minus 1 is a 7 to the 2 hit over here. And this is actually going to be 1 better than that. So that would be an 8 for the 2 hit over here. So That is 1,000 more tons, but I think we'd be better off going here and then doing well, we can't, we're cautious though is the problem. If we try to do a split, then whichever one we choose as not the unmodified target, we'll have a +1 to the TDC and a +1 to the die roll modifier. Not sure we want to go that route. Let's figure out what it would be, I guess, anyway, just for fun. So we'd probably want to send we'd probably say this is the unmodified TDC. So then this one is actually a -1 instead of a -2, which makes the 2-hit number a 7 instead. And then if we send, let's say we sent, what are we, difference of 2 there? Well, let's say for theoretical purposes, we sent 4 over there and 3 over here. So 3 becomes 4. We're sending 4 less. So 9 becomes 5. And then over here we've got we're sending 3 less. So 4 becomes, or sorry, we'd be sending 4. So 4 becomes 5, which is 3 less than what we were sending. Is that right? Yeah. Yep. So then 3 less than 7 is 4. But then this one has a +1 DRM, so we'd actually only hit on a 3. If we did it instead of 4 and 3, if we did it 5 and 2, then this would become a 5, and this would become a 4. And then with the die roll modifier, we'd hit each of them on a 4 or less. So I think we'll do that. Hope that all made sense. So just to do it again from the beginning, we're sending 2 here. So this was 1 minus 2 is a -1. So we're sending 2, but we get a +1 for the torpedo value. Becomes 3. 3 minus -1 is 4. And no die roll modifier here. And then over here we're sending 5. So 2, and then this TDC gets a negative or a +1 modifier. So 2 minus 1, or sorry, 2 plus, not 2, 1. 1 plus 1 minus 1 is a 1. And we sent 5 with a torpedo value of +1, so that's 6. So 6 minus 1 is 5. So the 2-hit number is 5, but then this one also has a die roll modifier of +1 because we're cautious, and it's not the designated unmodified TDC. So that would also need a 4 or less. Okay, I think we finally got it straight. So we'll try the 2000 one first, 4 or less. Got it. This is the albacore. Got a 2,000 ton merchant. Let's go ahead and roll the other one. So 4 or less for the other one as well. And we got it too. Alright, so I guess split shots aren't always out of the question when you're cautious posture. As long as you got the low defense targets and the right TDCs on them. Plus the +1 torpedo value certainly helps. Alright, so these both go back in their respective cups, and we have 2 more ships and 3,000 more tons. So that goes to 5. Alright, no counterattack. I believe what we'll do is slide on over to here, and I think we'll remain cautious just to be on the safe side. This could very well be a diligent escort. We haven't seen one yet this week. Nope, just a regular destroyer. Let's hope it's not actually a 7-3. It is a 6-1, the Isonami. Alrighty. -1 becomes a -2, +2 becomes a +1. All right, so we got 2 + 1 is 3, -2 is 1. We are an 8, so we need a 7 or less. Ooh. 2, but a 0, even with our +1. Torpedo value is only enough to damage it. Oh well, we almost got 3 ships in one go there. For our counterattack, we've got 1 + 2 + 3 makes 6. 4 defense, so we are on the 1 to 2 row. And we are cautious, but it's the re-attack round, so those cancel each other out. And 3 is nothing. For our endurance check, A rating, so we need a 7 or less. Got it. Okay, then we've got the halibut. Search and contact for them. 9-7. It's going to be high density, and 7 is a large convoy. So 3, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, no solution in column C. They're too close. We're going to go column B. And let's do standard, I think. Let's see what's over here. Ooh. All right, we'll replace that. And then we will unflip it with our radar. Maybe not. It's only on 1/2. Yeah, I think I'll save my unflip in case we get something bad over here. Goes in C. Nope, combat event. Hopefully a good one this time. Yeah, 9 is combat. Excellent. There's There's no counterattack, and we get an extra free attack before we go to 14.3. We get 2 attacks in the first round of combat, like that. This will be 3, and this will be 4. Okay. I think we'll put one over here. And these 2, of course. And we'll go ahead and target the destroyer. Maybe we can take him out of the mix. I am curious, can you use the targeting and escort rule for both rounds of the combat event? I'm going to say no, simply because it would be similar to when you have a wolf pack. You can only use that for the first submarine that fires in the initial attack round. So I think once we make a shot, whether it's at them or not, we're not going to be able to take advantage of that. All right. -2, -3, +1, and 0. All right. Well, this is definitely a good target here. So they get one total ASW, because the half and the half add up to 1. So they're a 3. We've got -3, so they're a 0. We're an 8. So 8 or less to hit them. Just out of curiosity, well, let's see what this one would be. It's going to be quite a bit worse. Yeah, basically everything's the same except the TDC is +1 instead of -3, so it's going to be 4 worse. So 8 becomes 4. That's a 2 hit of 4, so that's probably not good enough to try to split that. If we wanted to just go after the destroyer, we'd ignore their ASW, but they're still getting a half from this, so really we're effectively not. So 6, 7, 8, no help from the TDC, so that would be a 0. So yeah, that's a no-go. All right, I think we just try for the, I'm kind of tempted to try here. But then that could end up being a destroyer. So I think we'll just go for the almost sure shot against the 1,000-ton merchant. So anything but a 9 will hit. And that'll sink it. The halibut gets a 1,000-ton merchant in the first attack of the first attack round. So it's going to roll this over. We're up to 520 ships now. Another 1,000 tons. All right, that was this one. So, for the second attack of the first attack round, we do have to reveal more ships. We can't change posture, though. So So basically all three of these are getting flipped over. Oh, the hospital ship is back in the mix. Ooh, that's ugly. That's very ugly. And I again forgot to replace these as soon as they were revealed. Alright, at least that's another half. And if this could be another half, that'd be great. We only have two. No such luck. And just to confirm, that is the way that works in the FAQ at the back of the scenario book. The explanation of these three events. Combat replaces step 2 counterattack with an additional combat. You reveal all targets that you are required to reveal normally and then conduct your attack. Then, instead of getting counterattacked, you conduct another attack round, revealing more ships, placing new TDCs, etc. Blah, 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 blah. So, we do have to reveal 4 more if possible. Which I would have preferred not to, but alright, so I think we just go here, 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 and here. It's still the first attack round, so these do not get a -1 to them. Alright, well, we'll try this little armed merchant here. So they now have 2, 3, and a half, which is going to round up to 4, which makes him a 6. -1 from the TDC makes him a 5. We're an 8, so we need a 3 or less. Got it, but 1, is that enough? Nope. 1 plus 1 is only 2. So just the damage result. Now we got this counterattack, which I'm not looking forward to. What did I say it was? 3.5, which rounds up to 4. 2 for the red boxes, and 3 for the war period makes 9. We have 4 defense, so they're going to be on the 5 to 6 row. It's not the re-attack round, so they don't get... wait, what am I doing? There is no counterattack. I just remembered. That's right. We got the combat. So no counterattack. So I think, even though I'd really like to take down that damaged ship, that we are probably best taking what we got and leaving. So we need a 7 or less to pass our endurance check, and we made it. And that leaves the bowfin. Search and contact roll. 1, 2. Buckle my shoe. We actually do find something on a 1 here. That's going to be a sparse small convoy, which is 2 and 1. Alright. Once again, we don't get the 3 red ball draw that I was hoping for. So we'll try this here. We better go cautious, I guess. Still got to flip them all. I'm hoping this might be that merchant. Nope, it's not. We'll get one crack here at this one and then probably head out. It's the Satsuki. I think that's how you say it. Getting that TS together there. Not Satsuki. Satsuki. All right. Enough with my attempts at pronouncing Japanese words. Nope, they don't get one. All right. Ooh, nice. Well, we got a pretty as good a chance as we could have hoped for. They have 4 ASWs, so he's going to be a 5, but then -3 makes him a 2. We're an 8, so we need 6 or less. Nine, 7. Terrible. All right, counterattack is 4 plus 2 plus 3 is 9, minus our 4 defense is 5 to 6 row. But we have a -1 modifier going for us. And doesn't look like we needed it, but we'll take it. 2 on the 5 to 6 row is nothing. And yeah, we're not going to take another crack at that. So 7 or less. Ooh, just made it. All right, well, we don't have much left. We didn't have very much out on patrol this turn. Looks like all we have is the S-46 here in the Coral Islands. Let's see if they can find something. Oh yeah, 8-9 is going to be a moderate task force, which is 2-2-3-4. All right, well, I think with only our 3 attack rating, column C looks like the best chance of finding something we can actually sink. I think we'll go standard attack posture. Take a look at 2 of these. There we go. Let's try the bottom. All right. Found the soft spot in the task force. Okay, oh, that's not what we want to see. Well, we can hit it, either of them, so we might as well go for this one, on a 0. Or no, sorry, we get a +1, so actually on a 1. 1 or less is what we need. Needed those reversed. All right, no counterattack. I think for the re-attack, we'll stay here. We'll switch to cautious, so we only got to flip 1. And we'll see if one of these, if we can find something that's not dangerous. There we go. Battleship. Let's see what it is and if we can actually find it here. By the normal IJN battleship doctrine, we can find any battleship here in the Sea of Japan. So we won't have to draw a replacement or reveal a replacement. The only possibility is if it's a Yamato class, and if that's not one of the areas it can be found in this time of year, or this year, I should say. Okay, it's a 35T, so we're good. The Yamashiro, definitely no chance at sinking it, but at least it's not going to provide any threat against us. We can take another crack at these merchants. Hopefully get something negative this time. Counters like this bother me because once I learn what that is, I'll know whether to flip it over or not. Really wish they'd have done a better job with the centering of the cuts. All right. Ooh, there we go. That becomes a -3. I think that will be our boy. 1 minus 3 is -2. We're 4. So that makes it a 2-hit of 6. We'll go for that. There we go. Big time. 1-8. So the S46, the final attack of the week, gets a 2,000-ton merchant. So what did we get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ships sunk, which, considering how few we had on patrol, is not too bad. Unfortunately, we lost a sub, along with their super skipper. Let's get rid of this one and then mark it up. That's going to finish the turn. We still have some coming out, but as far as our totals here, we got 521 ships sunk for 2,358,000 tons. And remember, we're shooting for, where is that? Here it is. We're shooting for 3,700,000 tons to be able to start checking for the war period transition, which is when this scenario will end. So we got quite a ways to go yet. Almost 1,400. Yeah, about 1,350. Just under 1342, I guess, to be exact, to get to that point. All right, but first we got to do an endurance check for the S46, and they are a D rating, which at torpedo level 1 means they need a 4 or less. Not even close. RTB marker, and that will do it for our patrolling. Sure I didn't miss anybody. I did not. So let's see about all this stuff coming out. Well, we'll do the easy one here. Dutch Harbor, we got 3 submarines coming out from there, so we'll just send them all over to the Kuril Islands. We won't have to do any transit event checks. And then we've got 1 coming out of Brisbane, which I think we will send up this way to the Bismarck Sea. And yeah, we might as well just flip them over. They can patrol move into the South Philippine Sea next turn. And let's save Pearl Harbor for last. Let's get all these that are coming out of the Fulton. figure out where they can go. Oh, that's down here. I guess we didn't have any more coming out of the Bushnell. We already got those out. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. So we can send 3 into the East China Sea with no congregating risk worries. So I think we'll do that. What are our 3 best ones? We have 4 Gatos, a T, and a new S2. 3, 4. So the T's and the new S2s are basically identical. All right, so we'll send these 3 Gatos, the whale, the haddock, and the redfin, up into the East China Sea. Get it in the camera shot here. And none of them will have to do transit event checks along that path. And I think we'll send the other 3, which are the Sea Dragon, the Thresher, and the Rasher, over to the North Philippine Sea. Again, no transit checks needed. Most all of these areas only have 1 red box, so unless there's congregating risk, we're not having to do any transit event checks now since we have our radar when we're moving on transit side anyway. All right, that'll leave Pearl Harbor. So first order of business is to decide who we want to be in our wolf pack. So hopefully we've got 3 Balaos here. We do. Actually have 4. So I think we'll take the Burrfish, the Sand Lance, and the Capeland and make them our wolf pack. And I think we want to send them where do we want to send them? Probably up here into the North Pacific. We'll have them flip over to patrol side. They only count as 2 submarines for transit or for congregating risk. All right, so that leaves these 4. So we could send 1 more of them up that way. I think we'll send the other Balao up here. That puts 4 subs in that area. And we'll send the other 3 down to the Marshall Islands. And have them patrol over into the Marianas next turn. Okay, looks like that's going to do it. So we'll remove our ultra markers. I don't believe we have any spotted markers from the previous turn that didn't get removed, so we don't need to check any of that. So we just need to advance to week 2, and that's where we will be in our next episode. So thanks everyone for watching, and we will see you in that next episode.